What's up, everybody? Episode 20. Here we are again. Good old veteran content. This time we're on our good old DLC dungeons. We just got done doing all the regular base game veteran dungeons. Now we are here. This is where our big boy pants have to come on because this stuff is where the challenge comes in. We're gonna start at White Gold Tower. It's pretty much the baseline to the veteran DLC content, or at least in my opinion, it is. Uh, so here we are. We just got done doing the first boss, and oh my goodness, it literally took me I don't know how many times. The boss itself isn't hard, but the problem is doing it solo. You're reliant on your companion surviving. If your companion dies, then you have to start the fight over, and it took me almost 20 attempts, I'd say, because my companion literally kept dying. What I found, the easiest thing to do was keep keep the boss taunted as much as possible and keep the boss as far as away away from your companion as possible. So don't bring a tank, bring like a healer or something ranged that could back up some. If you have to kite the jailer, then that's the way to go. Just so your companion does not die, because it has a mechanic that puts you into a jail cell and you have to lock pick your way out. So you have to lock pick the door, come out, and quickly retaunt the boss again before your companion dies, because your companion's gonna die if you don't taunt, or at least gain aggro and make sure your companion's away. I did actually have a bunch of it recorded. It literally took almost an hour just to get through that first boss. So I just said, an hour of torture isn't worth the show off. Now, if this was normal mode, it would be absolutely cheese. Like it would be so easy. Any of the DLC dungeons, honestly, if you have a decent setup that to where you have some kind of heal, some kind of shield, you're good on normal mode for any of the DLC content, any of the normal base game content. However, this is the build I'm using today. I will also have a link in the video, or in the description of the video, uh, for this build I'm using. All right. Oh boy, I tell you, my head is hurting from that boss. It comes to a certain point where you're like, should I give up? Because it was so many attempts. It was honestly insane. It's probably it's really up there in the challenge. I will say that. And it really didn't even push. Like, it wasn't really that much pressure as far as me like dying. It was more pressure of making sure I hurry up, lockpick this door, and kill that boss. So if you're doing this solo, just be warned of that. And honestly, you really don't get much for doing this in veteran mode, other than the achievement and bragging rights, and of course the whatever monster set this dungeon drops, which I'm not even sure. Okay, here we go. Here's the second boss. It's a big O group.
is
of
where I
people.
left
It's
it.
like, what is
Give
it,
me a
trio
moment.
or
You'll see.
a quad? Might be a quad boss, if I remember correctly. It's 4.
Scroll. It's not ready. Don't touch it.
Yeah, I saw 4 of those guys there.
Is mine. Kill them all.
All right,
As you wish, Empress.
here we go. First boss that you guys get to see on the good old veteran mode. White Gold Tower. Like I said, this is where the challenge starts to kick in a whole lot more. And this boss isn't even that bad, honestly. It's the final boss that really pressures you. And like I said, you don't even have to do this in veteran mode. You're doing this in normal mode. It is so much easier. However, I want to show that it doesn't take a complicated build to do all the content in the game. You know, maybe excluding trials, of course. I think you have to be a very skilled player to solo a trial. I don't know if very many people can solo trials. Maybe normal mode trials? I don't know. That might be something we might have to try in the future, is to try solo trial content as well. Maybe like Cloud Rest or something would be a soloable content. I don't know. I had never really seen anyone. But what's happening here? Lag spike? Lag spike? It just glitched out? Oh god. Oh, yes it was. Holy cow. Luckily I had my shield up there. I was able to mitigate all that. That's scary. There's been a lot of performance issues lately. I don't know what's up with that. We really didn't see a big increase in players as much as I thought there would be. Miri's dead. No surprise there. She's died like so many times already from this dungeon. Alright, last one. Very easy in comparison of the first boss. And it's crazy, the first boss is actually technically a mini boss. This is, I believe, the first main set of bosses that you fight. There's only 3 or 4 total bosses in this whole dungeon. I don't know if that's normal for every single dungeon or not. I had to literally look up a strategy just to fight the first boss. That's when I noticed there's like, what, I think 4 bosses total. Okay. Getting closer and closer to the final boss. The next boss, I think, is a Flame Atronach, which has a fairly, I wouldn't call it hard, but it has a lot of pressure, I'll say that. Pressure with ads. And that's coming up here shortly. Just got to kill off these ads here. Oh, gonna try to sneak around me, huh? Maintaining a pretty solid DPS there. It's kind of good that we get to see this now, because these little rifts are what we're gonna see in the coming up boss here shortly. Where's the other little? There it is. It doesn't matter. They already all spawned anyway. Luckily, my build here is able to mitigate all these ads, which really isn't that many ads, but how tanky they are, more and more ads like this will and can be very dangerous. Alright, we got some more ads to deal with. Let me go ahead and just run over here to this rift. It's kind of crazy now that we're here doing the crazy difficult content that this game has to offer. This is the content that's been around forever. We haven't even checked out that much. Actually, on this channel, we haven't checked out anything Overland now that we have the changed difficulties. That's probably a video I'll make later on, just to make a video on whether or not it's worth running on Vestige mode or not, because it's something I've been fairly curious on. I've seen a lot of people really seem to enjoy it. I, on the other hand, I don't know. You know, it's one thing to make, it's a good thing to make, you know, your content challenging, but is making a basic attack on a trash mob, making a basic attack able to one tap you, is that challenging, or is that just a lazy way to make a mechanic? That's my question. That's what we'll find out probably soon. I'll show off just running some general content you would do in Overland. Mostly out of curiosity. Maybe there's others out there like me that's curious. Maybe they haven't played ESO in a while and want to jump back in or something.
Quick,
All right, we're almost at the next boss. Let me go ahead and pop a potion here because I'm a little low on magicka. All we need on this build is tri-stat potions, since this is a heavy attack build. You could also use armor potions as well. Armor potions might be honestly better to use, or even heroism potions. But those are very expensive, and I like spending the least amount of money because it makes builds more easy to put together. All right.
The plane meld is as majestic as it is terrible. I guess it's mostly just terrible. To
All right,
arms!
get on
The
with it,
Daedra
you
are
lady.
coming!
Easy peasy. Just take out these rifts here, and kill the ads. A lot of ad work. There's a lot of killing ads on this dungeon. Honestly, anything's better than that first boss. I should have hit record as I was fighting it, but literally when I tell you it took almost an hour, it literally took almost an hour just to kill that boss. Which is a little bit embarrassing, honestly, but
Scroll was right about you. Let's move.
you know, this character, this build hasn't really done much veteran DLC content, and me in general, I haven't done hardly any veteran DLC content, let alone solo. So this is just part of the journey, you know. All right, we got to kill this ceremonial guard. Then there's going to be another little mini boss before the next big boy boss, which is that flame atronach I was talking about earlier. Here we go. Next boss. Mr. Big Boy. I like fighting these enemies here. They look really cool. Just like a big ass dragon looking thing. Honestly, not that much health. Does have some CC. He knows us. They love their crowd control. Especially in PvP. I don't know if anyone really plays PvP.
This won't end well for you, Your Majesty.
Especially now.
Leave the scroll. Stop this.
But every time I play PvP, man, I just get freaking stun locked, frozen, immobilized, you name it. All kinds of CC in PvP is absolutely nuts. Then you just get one tapped. It's so crazy. It is very hard, I think, for a casual player nowadays to get into PvP in ESO. Alright, here's the big mechanic here for this boss. It's these rifts. If you don't take them out, then you could wind up getting absolutely swarmed with ads. Which isn't very fun whenever you have to take out a tanky boss. I want to go ahead and pop my potion there because I want to make sure I have as much magicka as possible. That way I can spam my Blood of Elder as much as I can if I need to. That's the beauty with this build. Everything that's on my skill bar, I could spam. And what we really use is honestly 3 skills. Blood of Elder, Carve, and Fire. Or Dragon Fire. Boom. 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 There goes the rifts. A lot of them start popping in here. Really, whenever you're doing this kind of content on veteran mode, it's all about trying to stay calm and not worry really too much about how much damage you're doing. Worry more about staying alive. That is more important than anything when you're playing solo. The boss will eventually die so long as you're staying alive and you're doing damage to it, of course. 300k health. We are getting spammed with rifts again. However, we have been doing very good about taking out the rifts because there hadn't really been much ads that we had to worry about. But at this time, I'm going to just keep fighting it. And there we go.
After her. The time has come.
Boom, there goes the dynamite.
Before she slays us all.
Oh, is it big boy time now? Here we go. I am just going to do this on veteran mode. I'm not going to pop the scroll. There's no reason for me to pop the scroll because it is absolutely insane to do. In the future, we may come back to this again to do a veteran hard mode. But we are going to try to just complete this in veteran. Alright. Take out these ceremonial guards. I mean, really, they're just a Daedroth. Big old lizard boy. That's what I'll call him. You know, I'm getting more and more companion items, but I don't think I've ever really gotten that many purple drops that's companion. They are so rare to get. There's no wonder you look at guild traders and it's like millions of gold for a one piece of companion equipment. It's just so difficult for it to drop.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Oh wait, this is another little boss. And I think this is the last mini boss. It's a little trio. Then we go to the big boy, I think. We'll also just very quickly show everything that we're using on this build before the final fight. All right, these guys are almost dead. Like I said, we want to focus more on staying alive than anything. Not that I'm really worried about dying from these goobers. But that's going to be remaining true once we get to the big boss. Alright, there we go. I think there's maybe a couple more ads before the fight. Yeah, we got this dude here. We'll go ahead and kill. Which is, like I said, completely opposite from what you can do when you're playing the base game, Vet Dungeons. In the base game, Vet Dungeons, you can literally just run past everything and group them all up and whittle them down. You just have to take things much slower.
Thanks. I was feeling that.
On this kind of content here. Alright. White Gold Tower, Pinnacle.
Head through
Here
the
we
portal.
go.
You are destined to face Clivia Tharn.
Big boy time. Alright. Real quick, before we fight the boss, let me just show off what we're using. Because in the future it may change. We are running Order's Wrath, Slime Crawl, Hexo's Ward. With the Order's Wrath Maul sharpened with a Flame Enchant. Oaken Soul, Bloodthirsty, Weapon Enchant. Then for the jewelry, Order's Wrath with Bloodthirsty, Weapon Enchant as well. For skills, Carve, Blood of Elder, Dragon Fire, Silver Leash, Revealing Flare, Corrosive Armor. For the class masteries, we're running I call it the Ooga Booga Descent because I don't know how to pronounce the first part of the name, to be honest. And Wildfire Embers. Then for champion points, Weapons Expert, Master of Arms, Fighting Finesse, Reaving Blows. For red, we got Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Celerity, Bastion. Then we also got some key passives here. We got Hardy, Quick Recovery, and Preparation, as well as Elemental Aegis. Why it's a little bit more important to show these off too, because this just gives us even more damage reduction, especially Preparation. With Preparation, Revealing Flare, and the Oaken Soul gives you minor protection. That's literally 25% damage reduction right there alone. Here we go. Let's get into the fight. This is a big boy fight right here, boys. Time to get my big boy pants on. This part's fairly easy. It gets a little bit more crazy when this little thing comes on. And this part right here, you have to kill these Atronachs. And the key is to back up. Back up, kite it, and whittle it down. And we got killed by that. Darn it. I wasn't paying attention to that. So those are the key things that you have to watch out for. Spinny electric, and the storm astronaut. If I can focus in on those two mechanics, then I'll be able to win. Because the boss itself isn't that bad. It's just those two mechanics. Alright, here comes the spinny boys. And on hard mode, these spinny boys go incredibly fast, which honestly maybe could be easier in some ways because you could just continuously kite around faster. But you also get more storm atronachs. Instead of one, it's two of them. And I'd rather worry about one. Alright, good so far. She's going to go back to the center because the spinny boys are done. Alright, when are you going back to the center? That way I can mentally prepare myself. Alright, gonna go ahead, pop a potion. Oh, really? You're gonna go for Stormy Boy again, huh? Oh, God. Okay, we're good, we're good. She's gonna go for Spinny Boy again. Just continuously kite back. Now you're going to center. Alright. Now we gotta focus on these lightning dudes again. While we would look out for this AoE she's about to do. And I gotta be careful not go too far back. Alright, I need to also make sure I don't keep spamming my Blood of Elder because I'm running a little bit too low on Magicka. Go ahead and pop my potion again. This is the last part of the mechanic that can be... It's not really challenging, it's just you gotta watch out. You gotta move around a little bit. And then if you're too far back, you will get flown off and we'll have to restart. Alright, there we go. All the electric dudes are dead. She's gonna spawn in another... Oh god. Another Storm Atronach. We're just gonna slowly back up as I spam Dragon Fire. Alright, so far so good. We're at 50% health on her, which is awesome. Honestly, like I said, the hardest part of this whole thing is the first mini boss. Once you get inside the tower, that jailer, I call her, that lizard girl, is absolutely hard. Alright. Here we go again. Storm Atronach. Ooh, that got close there. Alright, got that one dead and gone. She's gonna shockwave me. We sustain that though. Watch out for little currents of shock, I'll call it. I wouldn't know what to call that, just little shock waves that she sends out. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a potion again because I need more Magicka. Oh, oh. Spinny boys. Now we got more spinny boys because she's almost dead. This is where it gets a little bit more tough. Alright, we managed to sustain that. Oh god, oh god. Ooh. No, 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 no. Oh man. That was unfortunate. Man. Yeah, once you get her low, she gets a little bit more challenging. I kinda got myself backed up in a corner there. Okay. Here we go again.
Don't panic.
Alright.
We can do this.
Yeah, definitely don't panic. like I did, because that one got me killed. Like I said, you gotta stay calm. You have to stay calm, me. Okay. Once you get backed up in the corner with that storm atronach, it's over. It literally one taps you with a CC you can't break out of. I'm gonna have to pop my blood of elder there. I need to make sure that's active at all times, so I don't die. Okay, here comes another storm atronach. I want to focus in on that. Slowly pipe myself back. Boy, this fight will get you sweating a little bit. All right, she's going mid. We got the stormy boys. Of course, Mary's dead. Freaking useless companion. She's useless in veteran mode, I'll say. Until I get her some better gear, which will literally be never, honestly. Alright, pop my potion. She's back at 50% health. Almost got backed up into that storm atronach. That was a close call. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop my ult here. I should be able to tank this. Yep, we're good. Oh, what's happening? Is it... Don't tell me it's freaking glitched out again. Oh my god. The lag today, for some reason, has been horrible. Oh, damn it. I got too close. What's happening? Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. Right on. I'll take that little glitch that just happened. Sometimes lagginess helps you, I guess. That's crazy. I wonder what caused that. Was it because I had my dot on the storm atronach? Fuck it, I'll take it. Because she's at 27% health. That would have honestly sucked if we had to reset that fight. And there's still definitely a chance that will happen. It's not over yet. Alright, pop my ultimate early. Maybe it might have been too early, honestly. Okay. Ooh, I'm glad I looked that way. Get out of that. Oh, shit. Okay. Roll dodge. Getting backed up in the corner. We're good. We're good. Ooh. Boy, boy, boy. Roll dodge. Overcast on my blood builder again. Maybe not too smart, but I want to do it anyway. I'm gonna roll. Oh god, we're out of magicka. No, not another storm atronach. That's not what I want right now. Honestly, that's kind of bogus. Oh god. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, pop that. Definitely pop that right now. Ooh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Waited as long as I could before opening this portal.
Well, there we go.
Never mind.
Our first veteran DLC dungeon,
Me.
White Gold Tower. Look at that. I gotta tell you, that feels relieving, and that feels good. Honestly, when you're when you get to solo something like this, it feels very, very rewarding. Even if you solo this on normal mode, honestly, the mechanics in it are challenging enough to where when you solo it, you just feel good. There you have it, boys. Our lazy one bar Oakenso build was able to solo White Gold Tower, which is a small feat for what's to come next. I mean, look at all these that we have to try to conquer. Some of these are going to have mechanics that we just can't solo, I'm sure. However, there's going to be a lot of them that we can. And my goal is to be able to solo Balsanar, the very first boss in this dungeon you have to fight is absolutely insane. If I can make this build good enough to face off and complete veteran mode on Balsanar, I will be happy. That is my end game. That is my end goal for this series. But there you have it, episode 20, White Gold Tower, veteran mode. See you in the next one. Peace.